First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Ecclesiasticus, the 12th chapter. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it, so shalt thou be thankful for thy benefits. Yeah, so, it's good to do good, but it's also good to know who you're doing good to. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. And recompense is a payback, right? A reward. If not from him, yet from the Most High. Because the godly man, you do good to them, they're gonna, one day they're gonna think, yeah, you know what? Here, this is for you. I remember what you did for me, such and such. Or if they're not able to, the Lord, all right, is gonna randomly, you'll get a blessing. And the Lord will do that, right? This is for you. This is for what you did for such and such. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Because the scriptures say alms, what's that? Alms, does that? Alms? Yeah, delivered from death. That's one. Tobit 12:9. Let's just pull it up here. Yeah, for alms doth deliver from death, and shall purge away all sin. Those that exercise alms and righteousness shall be filled with life. See, so they don't give alms, so whatever sins they have, they're not being covered or purged, and they're occupied in evil. So that's why it says no good can come to them. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner. See, so it's good to do good, but know who you're doing good to. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee. Right, basically use your kindness against you. For else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him. See, so you have to, that's wisdom, knowing who to do good to. You can't just go around, oh, I'm doing good, so I'm gonna do it to everybody. Nope. Verse 6, for the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them. So here, oh, God hates the sin, not the sinner. Nope. God hates sinners, and he's going to repay vengeance unto the ungodly. So he's going to judge them, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. So sometimes the Lord is preserving the ungodly for the time of their destruction. Verse 7, give unto the good and help not the sinner. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, because in prosperity, everybody will be like a friend, right? Everything is all good. But how do you know when somebody's a true friend? When you go through adversity. And an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity, because that's when you see the true colors of people, right? When you're down, you see who's really there for you and who is just feigning themselves to be a friend. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, right? Those, they call them your haters, right? When they see you doing good, they're going to be grieved. But in his adversity, even a friend will depart. And that's why it says a friend cannot be known in prosperity, because it isn't until adversity that you find out if somebody's a true friend or not. It says here, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Because that iron is bound to rust. And so this enemy is bound to show wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. So regardless of how they humble themselves and try to act, all kind and good, keep an eye on him. Scopeo his ass. Because what? And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. See, and that rust is his wickedness. Because as you watch him and watch him and watch him, it's like wiping a looking glass. Eventually, if it's metal, right, eventually it'll rust again. And you'll see. And if you're constantly watching this person, eventually their wickedness will seep out. And then you'll see. Okay, verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. So don't bring him close to you. Don't give him that door or that entrance into the things that are, beneficial to you, right? Don't put him in your company, because he's going to seek a way to overthrow you and then take your place, take your position. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And this happens to people, right? Sometimes they'll find out their quote unquote right hand man was scheming against them, to take over whatever they had or whatever power or position they were in. So be careful, once again, of who you have around you. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. See, you would think back to this and say, damn, I should have listened to that advice. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? A charmer are those that play the little flute and stuff to try and control the snake. If you get bit by the snake, who's going to pity you? You know the danger of a snake, and yet you're up close trying to charm it, right? Or any such as come nigh wild beasts. If you know that, if you go and jump into a lion's den and they tear your ass up, I mean, there's not really much room for pity, is there? You know the dangers of a wild beast. Why would you jump in his den? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity, right? So you knew what they get into, and you went and chilled with them, and now you went off because you went and chilled with people who are going off, and now who's gonna pity you? You knew what you were getting into. Okay? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. You see that? So they're going to be with you for a while. It's going to seem like everything is all good. But when things stop going good, things start going bad for you, they're going to disappear. An enemy speaketh sweet with his lips, right? He'll speak sweet words, kind words, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. That is basically how to subject you, right? Or your downfall. He will, and that the sweet lips and the sweet words are to let your guard down, so he can find a way to take you over. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. You see, so he's gonna weep with his eyes. He's gonna humble down. He's gonna act like he cares. But given the right opportunity comes, and you're gonna see how ruthless they're gonna be, because they're an enemy. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Let's read that in the GNTD. Sirach chapter 12, verse 17. If trouble comes your way, you will find him waiting, ready to trip you up while he pretends to help you. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. See, that's when they take the mask off. And you're like, oh. It says here in the GNTD, he will be a different person then, rubbing his hands, nodding his head, and spreading rumors about you. And that's why you don't set your enemy near you. Okay? And that brings us to the end of the book of Ecclesiasticus, the 12th chapter. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.